Kellerman was on Max on Box with Timothy Bradley. He exposed something about Al Haymon I think is the truth from my point of view. I shared it in the YouTube short, shared it on TikTok as well. Check me out, Goodfella TV on TikTok. And he said something in regards to Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. Al Haymon only makes fights that either the fighter is past their prime or he says the fighter either past their prime or he says that he know his guy's gonna win. And that makes sense. That makes sense. Sean Porter really had to push for that fight too with Terrence Crawford. And, ultimately that was his last fight as a professional. Now, had he won, would that have been his last fight as a professional? I don't think so. Him and Errol Spence would have ran it back for undisputed, and it was a good product inside the square circle. And obviously Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia was a fight. He knew Tank Davis was going to win, right? But on top of that, they ensured Tank Davis win by putting some stipulations in the contract to make sure that guy was going to win. So that's the honest truth. Did he believe that Gary Russell really was going to beat Lomachenko? And when Gary Russell lost, that's why he got mad at Gary Russell? I guess so. I guess so. So, that's just what it is. And they can say, well, that's what Terrence Crawford had to wait so long for, and Shakur Stevenson, and he ain't gonna push Shakur Stevenson. Most people think Gervonta Davis would beat Devin Haney, and all Gervonta Davis keeps saying is, well, I touched him up in sparring. Okay, what the fuck that got to do with the price of tea in China? Why not go ahead and fight him? He got all the belts, so you can't say he ain't got nothing that you desire. They don't look. And when you look at it, they don't even make fights, right? They don't even make fights with their own fighters. What's so funny is you got a nice amount of fans that point out that Al Haymon need to play along with everybody else, right? That Al need to work with everybody else. But Al don't even break bread with his own fighters. There's so many fights that you want to see just with PBC fighters in it. You feel me? That he don't even make in all in-house fights. So you can make a case is that he ain't even making the premier in-house fights. You know what I'm saying? He allegedly want to make Errol Spence to Keith Thurman, in June or whenever the hell he wanted to make it in. Only after they both was, especially Keith Thurman, over the hill. So I don't think he in the business of making any fight unless every option is exhausted. And you got to remember about Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. It wasn't a fight that Floyd Mayweather was ever going to take, and he was his advisor. He was Floyd Mayweather's advisor. He didn't advise him to take that fight. They were never going to fight Manny Pacquiao until the network Showtime said, go make that shit happen. Your numbers getting low. Get the numbers up. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get the numbers up. My Derrick James voice. So you got everybody always point to the marination of Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. That wasn't their intent to ever fight Manny Pacquiao. That wasn't their intentions. Al Haymon intentions is to nickel and dime everything. He get a kilo of coke. He want to break it down into nickel and dimes. Fuck O's. Fuck half ounces. He want to nickel and dime everything. and then want to give you a stale ass product. And it's people that defend that. Anthony Joshua Wilder is going to be another example of that. Even though it ain't no belts on the line, even though more than likely they're going to be the co-feature to Usyk and Fury, they going to point to the fact that Wilder got $30 million after they was offering like $4 to $8 million 5 years ago. So, it's still, we still got to see the fight, and, Wilder got his money. I don't give a fuck why Wilder pockets make your pockets jingle, but hey, but he right about that. And Al Haymon ain't gonna never say nothing, because why would you? You gotta be all used up. And a lot of people say, well, what that say about if he really makes Spencer Crawford? Maybe you don't think Errol Spence got shit left. Maybe you don't think Errol Spence got nothing left in the tank. And the combination of Errol Spence pushing for this shit. Cause they do this all this. I mean, shit, they strung out Jamel Charlo and Jill Hurd. He the most powerful man in boxing. But you can't make shit happen on your side of the street. And I don't know who conditioned him to come with this action or this I don't want to call it action, to come with this. How can you explain this? Or come with this game plan or this structure. I don't know who told him this is the route that we should take. But it's a terrible route. Terrible. And a lot of fighters gonna leave a lot of money and a lot of big fights on the table because of Big Al and his belief system in the sport of boxing. Real talk. A lot of these dudes are gonna leave a lot of money on the table fucking with Big Al. They are. But that's what it is. And now with the Tank and Ryan fight show you, even when they got a very winnable fight, they gonna make sure it's extra winnable. This is why they ain't sending no premier fighters across the street. They want to control everything in the fight. They want to control everything. They want to control everything. They want to control everything when it comes to this fight game. They want to control it all. And that's fine with Al. To me, that's 100% fine. You got to know your audience, know your product, and know what they trying to offer. But that's the truth. And even though when they feel like they got the biggest dog or the best dog in the race or the best thoroughbred horse in the race, even when they feel that way, it's showing that they want to make sure with weight stipulations, rehydration clauses. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure it stay that way. Because fans are so thirsty for big fights. They gonna try to justify anything. They tried to literally justify why Rolando Rolly Romero was gonna beat Tank Davis. That should let you know everything you need to know. Everything you need to know. But, it is what it is. We just thirsty for big fights. And no matter how much you stream, how much you don't talk, how much you don't watch, they seem to have an excuse not to make fights. And Showtime and these networks is going to have to start pulling their budget. Putting more pickleball on that motherfucker. Putting more tag team on there or something else. Put more powerlifting on there. Get the money to more Dana White or some shit. Put WWE on Showtime. That's the only language Al gonna understand is fucking with his money. That's the only language he gonna understand. That's the only. But Max Kellerman is dead right. If y'all banking on Shakur Stevenson ever get his hands on Tank Davis, he ain't gonna be able doing that being nice. You gonna have to really touch that nigga pride. You gonna have to go fuck his baby mama or some shit like that. Buy his daughter some clothes and some purses and shit. And that's how dirty you gonna have to get. And then again, Al still might talk him out of fighting. These Al Haymon, even when you got dogs, even though you got real dogs in the race like Jermell Charlo, he turned them motherfuckers into kittens. Fuck puppies. He turned them into baby kittens. Turned lions into kittens. Turned gorillas into I don't know, Yorkies and shit. That's how Al rocking, bruh. These dudes, a lot of them fighters over there, man, they know it. They really want to be alphas. They really want to go out there and show that they the dominant fighters out here, and they want to prove to the world. But Al Haymon got them niggas on the leash, and they gotta just be like, oh, we don't pick the fights, or we don't do this, man. I just fight who they tell me to fight, and they say shit like that. They say shit like that. They gotta be the watered down version. I remember my mom bought me Kiss the Game Goodbye by Jadakiss, his debut album. I got it on Christmas, and that motherfucker was the censored version. I was like, yo! Couldn't get jiggy with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how these niggas is. They censor. They water down because of Al Haymon. These niggas want to go out there and shut these dudes' mouth up. But Al Haymon has seen too many people come this side of the street and pony down on his fighters. He didn't see his fighters go across the street and get beat up and get pony down on. So he tired of trying to compete. But what he could do to curb the backlash is make some of the big fights on his side of the streets that people want to see, that he can control. He can still have control of the winner and the loser. So it ain't like I go to PBC, they gonna make these fights. No, you go to PBC, they gonna stall him out like Debo. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole nine. Peace.